Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Ruby. If this is your first time, today I'm going to be talking about my first time going to a psychic medium, my first and second time, and my experience. And if you're a returner, thank you for returning. You are so appreciated on my journey. And so, yes, let's get into how I sought out a medium about, I guess it was 3 years ago. It was 3 years ago, and I had always, since a little kid, been interested. Have you ever seen the show on TLC, Long Island Medium, with Teresa Caputo? As a kid, that was my guilty pleasure. She's a medium from Long Island, New York, and I just thought that it was so cool. But growing up Christian, I always felt like, ooh, like I don't think we're supposed to be doing that. Like that's not right. The church is more like they believe in prophets, but psychics, they're like that's the devil, but psychics are God. So I've always been interested since then. And then with my mom passing away, I started getting into reading books about like the afterlife and Dolores Cannon. And I've even had my own experiences before she passed away with people who had passed away that I had not met who were showing up in my dreams or while I'm awake. And so I just was like, let me see if this is real, or like let's just give it a try. And at the time I had dreams of my mom before my reading, but I just wanted to see what the hype was about. I wanted to test to see, like, I can only know for myself if I want to believe what this woman is saying or if she isn't saying, or how accurate it could be. So, yes, I go to this lady who teaches Reiki in the area. She taught my uncle and eventually ended up teaching me. After my reading, I ended up going to her. And it was a Reiki session. So you go in, you lay on a table. She got the music playing, the essential oils, and yeah, she just starts off. She's doing the Reiki, like I'm laying down. She's doing the Reiki over my head, and then she just lets me know the process. Like she's gonna ask questions. Don't try to give her information. Just if I'm vibing with it, yes. If I'm not, say no, and don't be afraid to say no. It helps her make sure she's interpreting things correctly. And so if it's a no, just say no. And so we are going, and at first she's just asking questions like, she's like, I'm feeling more psychic with you right now, but she was just asking where I, like, if I was from that county that we were in, or like she asked if I was in school. Or no, she asked if I ran track. That's what it was. And I'm like, I did run track. At the time I was actually coaching track and field. And then she said that there was a grandmother figure on the other side. And I'm like, okay, my mom's mom did pass away. And she was just asking, she said that, are you in school? And I'm like, yeah. She was like, are you thinking about not finishing school? I was like, yeah. She's like, grandmother's telling me you have to finish. You're stronger than you think. Like you can weather this storm. Like you just have to finish school. And she was like, they're saying that they asked, like, she asked what major I was in, or no, she said, are you doing something with like mental health, psychology? And I'm like, yep. I'm doing something with counseling. And she's like, they're telling me like your upbringing had uh something to do with you choosing this profession, and that I could be really good and at it if I just kept doing it. Oh, she also told me that I was going to work with kids. And at the time, I'm like, I was in school. I was like, I do not want to work with kids. Like that's what I won't do. I don't want to I don't want to take no class on it. I'm not working with kids. Like I don't have the personality. So when she said that, I started to vibe with her, and then when you said the kids part, I was like, nah. And so yeah, so I'm starting to become a believer within the first like 10 minutes or so. And then after the grandmother, she was like, okay, let's see who else is here. And then she asked me about this some boy named Aaron. I was like, I have a little cousin named Aaron, but he's here. He's with us on this side. And so she was like, he's African American, he's skinny, he's saying like he was in the wrong place, wrong time. Like I'm seeing something with the intersection. I'm like, I don't know who this is. And she's like, well, he is here. Like he's letting me know that he's here, and he wants me to tell you wrong place, wrong time. I'm like, well, I don't. unless my cousin has passed on since I've been on this table, I don't know who Erin is. But she was like, it could be for someone else. And so I was like, okay, if I ever meet someone who had a son named Aaron, I'm gonna tell him, like, maybe he was at the wrong place, wrong time, some intersection. Okay. So we keep going. She was like, I'm trying to figure out, like anyone else. And she was like, who is the person you came here to see? And I told her it's my mom. She was like, okay. She was like, she's not like coming in. She was like, what's her name? I told her name, and she's like doing the Reiki, she's doing the Reiki. That's why I'm doing my hands like this. And then she was like, she said she's a little apprehensive to come in. She was like, I feel like she feels like she has a lot of apologies to make. And that's when I started crying. She's like, there's a lot of apologies to make, and I see why she's taking her time to come in. And then she was just saying how, like, my mom, she asked if she was, first she said that, I think she started off saying my mom acknowledged how much, like, her death has, like, how much stress and stuff has that caused me, because she just left. My mom just died randomly. No life insurance, no paperwork, like everything was just in shambles. And it was a lot on me while I was in school, because she wasn't married, so I'm trying to figure out her kids, her life, her bank account, like all these things. And so I started crying. And then she said, at some point she was like, was your mother jealous of you? I'm like, she was. She never said it, but I could just, there was some type of like tension. And she was like, I'm sensing like she's saying that like the way that you were able, even with the kids, like you just had a way to do things, and she wished that she was able to do them that way. And like some of the opportunities and stuff that you had, it's like she had an internal struggle with being so proud of you, but also seeing you do those things was like a reminder of her own insecurities. And so she was internally like battling with the two, but she was very, very, very proud of you. But there was also that there. So she wants to apologize for that. She wants to apologize for not choosing good partners. She was like, she's showing me that she didn't choose good partners. So you didn't have like a positive male role model growing up, or you didn't have her, but you also didn't have like a father figure either. And I'm like, okay, this is starting to seem accurate. And she was like, she asked if my mom was Latina. And I'm like, and she was like, I see a lot of pride for her country. I'm like, she is. I'm like, okay, so now I'm a believer. We're about 20 something minutes in. And so she was talking about that, so it made me believe. And then I had a cousin who passed away a few months before my mom, and she was like, anybody else? And when she was talking about my cousin, it just didn't really seem like that was some things she would say. So I don't know, some stuff was like a little on base, and there were some things that were just off base. I'm like, I don't know about that. So yeah. uh she also said, oh, when she was talking about my mom, she asked if I was 26, and I was like, no, I'm 23. And she was like, oh, well, I'm seeing 26, is they're saying 26 is going to be a really good year for you, like you have to weather the storm, you have to finish school. She was like, if I could shake you on this table, I would. You just have to finish school, you got to keep going. Because she didn't know this, but at the time I didn't want to keep going. I wanted to just get out of school and go work at Amazon for a little bit. I just needed a break, it was a lot. And so that made me think it was real. And then when she got to my cousin, I was like, I don't know. Um, and then she said 26 seems like a long time. 3 years seems like a long time, but I promise you it's gonna go by so fast. You got great things ahead. So I somebody else. Sorry. I was looking out the window. So I pushed through. Oh, so we finished the session. Everything's good. I feel like I just got Reiki done. I go home, tell my best friend about it. And then yeah, I finished school, even though I didn't want to. I'm 26. This has actually have been the worst year of my life. The 2 dates. But let's not count out the next 6 months ahead. Maybe things can turn around. Um, so yeah. And then I did go to her at 26, 3 months after I turned 26. This is rough. And this was more of a psychic reading. I was like, I'm not really trying to connect to the other side. If somebody comes up, cool, but I was looking more of a psychic reading. And it was kind of iffy as well. Like some stuff was like, yeah, that like and some stuff I'm like, mm-mm. No, man, like that. Not even that. What you're saying is wrong. Like that's just not like some stuff she was saying. I'm like that's just not gonna happen. Now, the thing I will say about getting readings and stuff, you can take from it what you want. It's kind of like tarot readings. You take from it what you want. The one thing that stuck, stick with that. And if you leave it, if you don't want it, and if it's the truth, there's nothing you can do about it. Like I do remember when I went to her at 26, and she told me like, "Oh, you have a younger brother. I see him like choosing the same career path as you or something." I'm like, "Nah, I don't see that happening." And then literally a month later, he was like, "Ruby, I think I want to be a therapist." I'm like, "You do?" And I thought that I immediately went back to that conversation because I remember I said no, but you see how it ended up happening. Um, there was also a friendship that she told me that I needed to go ahead and let go, like mourn it and just let it go. And I'm like, no, like matter of fact, get off of me. We're done. Like I didn't say that, but in my head, I just wanted to get off the table. Like you're not about to tell me that my best friend, my ride or die. Like no, this is just a rough patch. We gonna get through this. Like she was about to listen. That made me mad. Like I didn't want to do this. That was in the beginning too, and so towards the end, she was like, "Is there any questions?" This is when I'm 26, right? Or any questions? I said, "Yeah." What you said about that friend, because she asked me, she was like, "Was there like a betrayal of trust?" I'm like, "There was." But I was willing to forgive. Like we all fall short, right? Um, and so she was like, "Yeah, I was just picking up. Like if she doesn't change, you have to let that go." And so I'm like, Lord, let her change. Like, to this day, I'm praying that the Lord go ahead and help my sister friend girl out, that she heals and changes for the better. Cause I don't know. I don't know how to say. I'm struggling still to say goodbye to that. And that's one of the things she said. Like sometimes friendship breakups are worse than romantic ones. And she explained her own um friendship breakup. They were friends for like 20 years and neighbors and all that. And so I do feel like she started to put some of her own stuff into that psychic reading. Like even when she was asking about my dad and she was talking about her son who got, I'm like, okay, this is starting to get a little blurry. Like I don't know. So yeah, after her, I was like, okay, I don't think I'll go back. One, because I am 26 and she's looking rough right now. But that was at like the beginning of 2026. So I was like, there's still hope. But some stuff she said it was just okay. Like you just take from it what you will, and if it happens, it happens, and if it don't, it don't. Some people believe that there are multiple realities happening and unfolding as we speak, and so every little choice you make, I got a scab here. Every choice you make can put you in a whole new reality. So maybe she was picking up on a reality, another one, and I'm just not on that one. So there's that. Um, and we all have free will, so it could have been maybe somebody used their free will to not make a choice that would line up the path where we were supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? But I held on to that at 23 years old. And even if the whole purpose of that session was for her to just tell me to finish school and to hold on, like maybe if I didn't go to her, I actually would have not finished. Um, Forget about me having this great life at 26 or great things happening at 26. I do think that was important because I really did believe it. And I'm like, okay, then I turned 24. I'm like, 2 more years, 25. Oh my God, next year gonna be my year. 26, it's my year. So you take from it what you will. Like, I'm not saying don't. I mean, that's just one person. I wasn't the same person twice. Somebody else could be more accurate. Someone else can have a different style. Um, Someone else. I don't know. I don't. Minanoa. Minanoa. So, yeah, that was my experience though. And like I said, like I've been into this for so long, like since I was a kid watching Long Island Medium. I even bought a book about it in college. I didn't finish it though. Something about some medium, and she was just explaining her like how she realized she was a medium. But I love watching like certain podcasts of the mediums and the psychics getting interviewed and their journey. I know I have my own journey. I wouldn't call myself a psychic, but I definitely can sometimes see and feel things before they happen. or like my friend said, it's not that you can see the future, it's that you can pick up on the energy of what will happen if things don't change. I said, okay, friend. And then even with people on the other side, like I have had my experiences where I've had dreams about people I've never met who passed away, but they have a relationship with someone who I'm close to. I've had dreams about things that have happened that nobody told me. I didn't, and I just told you that it happened in a dream. Like, how did you know that? I don't know. I just went to sleep. And sometimes none of my dreams make sense. So just pray for me because I don't know. I don't know. Um, so I do think that there's something to it. I was talking to this one lady. She's like 67. She was like, Ruby, this prophet at church came up to me. I don't believe in that because if God can tell you, why can't he tell me? I'm like, well, what if he's been trying to tell you and you just can't hear it? He's been showing you signs and this and that. So it took another person to come up and directly say it. Also, I believe like just like there's some people who can sing and dance easier and draw really well, there's some people who just have spiritual gifts that maybe they can interpret dreams. Maybe they can, you know, pick up on frequencies. Maybe they can feel things. Like maybe they're good with healing as far as like whether it be with Reiki or laying hands or making herbal teas. I think we all have some spiritual gifts. Some are more tapped into others. And some we all have different callings. And so just because your calling isn't to do that, maybe your calling is something else. So yeah, this is a short video. I say nothing happened to me. I didn't have any bad dreams, no bad spirits following me. Like, it wasn't a bad experience. It was just me testing. It was like doing a science experiment. Let's see if this is real. Let's see if they can pick up on anything. And some things they did pick up on that. It's just like, okay, you could have said anything. You could have said car accident. You could have said 29. You could have said anything. And the fact that me and my mom talked about me turning 26 and you asked me if I was 26, all the ages. So yeah, I might need a refund though. Shoot, that's 26. Man, oh man. But yeah, I just making my content. I get on here. This is my road to 100 videos, and be consistent. So I just share my experiences, my 2 cents. Take it or leave it. But yeah, if you like this video, like it, comment, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. Like there's this girl on the internet, her name is Ruby, and she needs support. Tell them that the psychic said that 26 was her year, so y'all gotta do y'all part in helping this thing. You know what I'm saying? Turn around. But I always in my videos saying be kind, loving, and caring to yourself and others. And text somebody, call them, let them know that they are loved, they are appreciated, that the world is a better place because they are here. Because if you've been following my channel, it's been some dark times. And for all the people who are in dark times, like those little reminders, those little things, they go a long way. And we all need each other's support. If I call myself a light worker, I'm here to spread the light, to be a light. And sometimes, like I said in my last video, like your light might expose some things and people might, you know what I'm saying? Hey, but yeah, the point is we're not out here spreading darkness, jealousy, malice, bad, negative stuff. We don't need it. We're not here to do that. Like, we here to clean all that up. We here to make the world a better place. So yeah, you can do that by being kind, loving, and caring to yourself. What does that look like? How does that sound? And to others. So yeah, have a good day. Bye bye. Come on, somebody. There you go.